Hello, Losing Weight Tripping Winer here. It's Saturday, 27th of December, and after all the holiday eating and stuff, I'm back making videos, and well, it's review time. But first, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the new record player. I'm still trying to fix the DTA adjustment. I'm not getting it quite there. It sounds very good, but I feel I miss the sweet spot all the time. It's really minor details, but anyway, it kind of irritates me. But anyway, I'm sure I'm getting it. It's very easy otherwise with the air tangent arm, because and especially on this record player, because since I don't have a floating suspension, it's very stable, and the whole arm assembly being tangential and raising and lowering the arm, you actually can do that while playing without any ill effects whatsoever. Sure, you have here a little bit when you adjust the screw, but it's quite easy to fine-tune it. The problem is I don't have very good speakers in here right now, but I have incoming probably during the next week, but it's New Year, so I don't know. It might be the week after that I'll get everything. But anyway, I'm going to get a new amp, which will be Vincent SV327. It has a tube preamp session and about 150 watts at 8 ohm power stage, and I have new speakers coming in, and that will be Focal Chorus 836W, and it's pretty good stuff. It's not any ultimate level, but it's very good and high resolution. So I'll save the real fine tuning of the record player to the point where I have that installed. Also going to try out some different speaker cables and stuff like that, but that is really minor comparing to getting the tuning right of the record player, because I should hear the sweet spot correctly with that setup, no matter what speaker-wise, within reason. So anyway, that is what's happening here, and so the ripping has brought me from just having good ripping equipment here to making this my main listening place for vinyl. I really like listening to music here, so I'm going to do that. I have another room, but that's more music made. It's kind of studio home theater center in one, more than fine listening actually. So I feel kind of luxurious in being able to set up two different setups like that. So that is what is happening with that. So the reviews. I continued with Grobschnitt, and this is Solar Music Live, and you can see a little bit of the theatrics, which is how they look playing live. Anyway, I kind of like the studio version of Solar Music. This one not so much, but it's not only Solar Music I see. It's kind of other things put inside parts of Solar Music. So, but it's okay. It's not my favorite Grobschnitt album, but okay anyway. And this, I have one mix of my brothers and one on my own. This is Merry-Go-Round, also Grobschnitt. This used to be my favorite. It's almost my, not really, but almost my least favorite now. After listening through the other albums, they are all better except the next one, which is maybe the bottom of the heap. But it's still pretty good. This is more short friendly, I guess. I'm guessing they never sold a very big number of sales, but it's worth listening to if you like the other Grobschnitt albums, but it's no longer my favorite. And this is an odd one, Razzia. It's a little bit later, and they turn in synths and stuff for that one, and it sounds quite different. You can hear it's Grobschnitt, but it's quite different anyway. So it's almost like it's almost a little bit punky, and it's a strange one. But again, if you have listened to the other ones, that one is worth at least listening to, even if you don't buy it. So that was all the Grobschnitt I have. And another favorite of my brothers, Gryphon. This is the first album, and this is you can almost see in the live setting here. It's flute, bassoon, guitar. It sounds very medieval, and it's definitely kind of folk arrangement songs. I'm guessing there's a few original songs here, but it's also traditional songs arranged by them. So and you will recognize a few of them, and it's very competently done and stuff. But it is what it is. It's traditional folk music from almost a medieval time. But they evolve a little bit. This is another one my brother had. Midnight Mushrooms, also Gryphon then. And the first side is one single song, Midnight Mushrooms, and there's a few of them on the other side. And you kind of hear where they come from the first album, but here it's much more their own stuff, and it's traditionally inspired, but it kind of goes a little bit to the proggy side. Still simple instrumental setups, but kind of worth listening to, actually. And this one is pretty good, I think. Here they find more of their own. They have now electric guitars and electric bass, stuff like that. A little bit more active drumming, but still very, very oriented in a traditional music style. But it's kind of nice, but it's still not my favorite kind of music. But and it's called Red Queen to Gryphon 3, which means it's their third album, I guess. So well, this is probably the best album, Gryphon Treason. It has I don't remember now, but my favorite song of theirs are on here. They haven't named them, obviously, so I can't say exactly which song it was, but um, again, they have evolved into a more, this is almost a pop prog type of level, and the traditional influences get smaller, but still there. The best album, I would say. Then Swedish artist, and this is singer-songwriter stuff, and good such stuff. Kajsa Grytt, it's her first self-named album, and yeah, it's from 1990, and it's pretty good for what it is. Well recorded and everything. I like it, and this I bought it, so and full price for that time. So and then later I bought this. It's still Kajsa Grytt, but with her friend Malena Jönsson. Historier från en väg. It's stories from a road. I'm guessing they're actually meaning stories from a road trip or something, but it kind of implies that in the, if you should translate it correctly. And this is very much like the first album, but with a little bit more instrumentation and stuff. Yeah. They had for the time a decent hit on it too. So, but it was quite close after the Kajsa Grytt's first album. So it's even before I see now. Anyway, I bought it after, but it was older. So that was, I didn't know that. And I bought it half price about. So I liked it that much at least then. It kind of loses a little bit on the way, but it's well recorded and well performed. So it has that going for it. And the last one I read today, GTR, and this is the first, I think, of two GTR albums. I don't have the other one, probably because however much I love Steve Hackett and Steve Howe, it's legends from Genesis and from Jazz. They probably don't. They try to do some kind of metal, but it turns out being more like Asia, and I'm not that fond of Asia. It has its moments, but it's seldom. But where this is best is where they take parts from their old music with Genesis and Yes, and put inside the other tracks, and it's kind of fun that way. But not my favorite from those artists. But if you like those artists, you should at least listen to the GTR albums. Anyway, that's what I had ripped this time, and this become a kind of a long video because of the run through of what's coming up in the equipment here. So anyway, see you next time. Bye.